Hello book besties, it is a new month and that can only mean one thing. We are going to pick a new monthly TBR. And as always, we are going to do that by picking books with my prompt jar. Yes, got it. Here it is. I have lots of prompts in here, and based on the prompts that I pick, we are going to pick the books that I'm going to be reading next month or this month in March. And I have to say, I have had some amazing reading months. December I read 12 books, January 10, and then February was even better with 14 books. And I've been reading like crazy, but I'm kind of scared that it's gonna be less in March, which is also going to be okay, but I kind of feel like this month is going to be a little bit slower with reading, so hopefully we can pick some good books that fit in with that slower theme, maybe, whatever. I've also been doing really well with tackling my physical TBR because honestly, my TBR card, which is right here, it's getting empty. This side is still pretty full, but then the back side only half full up here and only half full down there. You guys can't see that really well. So yeah, it's getting a lot emptier, but that's okay because I'm going to London in April and I did want to make some space for new books because I'm gonna be like an animal on the loose in London, but just with books. I'm gonna buy so many books. But as always, I also have some books on these two shelves that are too big to fit into the TBR cart. So I do have some more, but I feel like right now I have like 48. But today we're gonna pick a few of those that I will be reading in March. Alrighty, let's get right into it with the first prompt. Let's shake it up and then pick the first one. It feels like so long ago that we did one of these videos, but it was actually just 1 month, but time flies, I guess. Let's see what it says. A book with a number in the title. Ooh, I don't think I have many, but I do have one that comes to mind. But that isn't necessarily a book that I want to be picking up in March. Hopefully I have more. Here it is, the only book that came to mind, The Atlas 6. I have been wanting to read this because I also have the second book in the... Is this a duology? I guess it is. And that second book I have had on my TBR for, I think, 2 years. And I got this last year and I've been wanting to read it, but it's just not very high on my list of books to read. I don't know why that is. It's just, I do want to read it, but also it's not speaking to me that much. And it is quite thick. And also I'm in the middle of too many series, so I don't necessarily want to add another one to it, but this is the only book with a number in it. We can check out this side though. I do have one more, which is Forest of 1,000 Lanterns. 1,000 is a number. To be honest, don't know anything about this book. I picked it up at a book swap, just looked pretty, looked like a fantasy, romantasy, and I like those. So I just took it with me, but I don't know anything else other than that it is a fantasy book and it has a number in the title. It does sound like it is a Chinese culture inspired book. And I have been wanting to read more of those because I've read The Daughter of the Moon Goddess and loved that. So based on that book, I wanted to read some more Chinese / based on Chinese culture books. The rating isn't that high. It gets a 3.7 on Goodreads, but I have to say the Atlas 6 get an even lower rating. Doesn't always matter. Sometimes you like a book even if other people don't like it. But I think I'm gonna go for this book anyway because, I don't know, I feel like this is gonna be an easier read for me this month and I kind of want that. So this is gonna be the first book. I didn't even share what my book club books for this month are, but I do have one pretty happy book for this month, which is The Woman by Kristen Hanna. I read one of her books in February, The Nightingale. I was really scared to read that, but it was my friend book club book in February, and after reading it, I loved it, so I wanted to read more of her books, and now we picked one of her books, The Women, with my local book club. So 2 different book clubs, but we're all just reading Kristen Hanna books, apparently. And beside that, I'm also reading Metal Slinger as a buddy read / 2-person book club with one of my best friends. So those are the 2 books that I already have on my TBR for March. So that is also why I kind of want some lighter books. Metal Slinger is a pretty light book, I think, so far. I'm like 25% in currently. The Women probably is not gonna be light, so I need some light reading to have before and after that. Next prompt. Ooh, green cover. Well, we just picked a green cover, but we're gonna pick another one. Okay, I do have 2 down here. First option is The Spell Shop, which does have quite a bit of green. And then right here, I have A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon. I have picked this up a few times and just never read it. The thing about it is the font is so small. Oh my god, this sounds so superficial. I know, like, it doesn't really matter, but sometimes when you are not that keen on picking a book up, seeing how small the font is can like increase that. And that's the case with this book. Like, I sort of want to read it. It may be cute, but I'm also not jumping, but I'm also not extremely excited to pick it up. It sounds so weird because I'm definitely the person that got this book, but I have to say I got this 2 or 3 years ago and my reading taste has changed a bit, and I think nowadays I wouldn't pick this up anymore, but I still have it on my TBR card, so therefore I do want to read and form my own opinion about this book. But since the font is so small, I just never did. And then another book that is green/blue, bluish, but the spine is dark green. Might not be able to see it very well, but the other one in this series is blue, so there's definitely a difference. Next of Kin by Hannah Bonham-Young. I almost always like her books. Only didn't necessarily like people watching, but her other books, Out on a Limb, Out of the Woods, I loved those. So I definitely want to read more of her books. Which one is it gonna be? Okay, I'm gonna go for Next of Kin. I feel like with a book that I already don't know anything about and a heavier book this month, I feel like I need an easier read. So we're gonna go for Next of Kin. But I have to pick this one day, but just not right now. Drink break. Next one, we're gonna go for the third prompt. This one. In the future. Okay, I always need to do some digging with prompts like these because how do I know they're set in future? But we're just gonna read some of the backstories. I feel like books set in future are often fantasies. Heavenly Bodies is just set in a different sort of universe, I feel like. Red Rising, because that is science fiction. The Earth is dying. Well, it isn't dying currently. So I feel like when it is, maybe one day, that must be the future. That does make sense, right? I feel like that's an option. These are all just set in different worlds, but not necessarily in the future. Is Red Rising set in the future? Is set in a distant dystopian future, likely around 700 from 2000 plus years from now. I'm so glad, since Earth is dying in this book. Honestly think that this is the only book I have that is set in the future. I'm sort of excited to read this because this is also on my 26 books in 2026, and this is something completely new for me. I have to say I normally am not a huge fan of science fiction, but I do know that so many people love this and I do like dystopian books. So this might be a step in the right direction for me to maybe read some more science fiction. I feel like this is sort of out of my comfort zone, but not far enough out of my comfort zone that I won't like it. So I think we're gonna go for Red Rising. The fourth prompt. Book with the people on the cover, and those can be like actual people or an illustration. Often it's just illustrations, but let's see. For example, Next of Kin would have been a good one. I could just pick the next one in the series next to you, since I have that right here as well. Better Hate Than Never by Chloe Lisa. The Marriage Narrative. Love is a War Song. I have some good ones. Not in My Book by Katie Holt. I think I'm just gonna pick either one of these three. Not in My Book. Wicked Surf, the fourth book in the Beyond the Play series, and I actually read the third book in February, so the series is still pretty fresh in my head. And I would be finishing a series, which I also like. I also have Let's Make a Scene by Laura Wood, which is also the last book in a duology. So I also would be finishing a series, so that is exciting. I think I'm gonna go for either one of these. Let's go for Wicked Surf, since I just read the third book. So I think we're gonna go for Wicked Surf by Grace Riley. I'm excited, honestly, to finish a series. That is one of my goals for this year. Finish more series, be in between less series, and read books sooner after they come out. Well, that isn't the case with all of these 4 books that we picked, but at least we're doing good on one of my goals. We're gonna pick the 5th book, and I'm kind of hoping for a romantasy, so a lighter fantasy book as a mixture to all of these. But I have to say I don't have that many on my TBR currently, so we're just gonna see. At least none where I don't have to start a new series. But we're just gonna see what I can pick with the prompt. First book you see on Instagram. Okay, I really like that one. So I'm just gonna scroll through Instagram. The first book that I see that I also have on my TBR card is gonna be the book we're picking. That's exciting. I don't know how hard this is gonna be. I think we're just gonna open my explore page. I've read all of, I see the Graham Effect, that series, but I read all of those. They're over there. In Her Own League. Oh, that would be such a good one since it is released the day that I filmed this. But I don't have a physical copy. We could pick it. Then I would have to get it. No, but I think I'm gonna buy that one in London. When the Moon Hatched, don't have it. Game On. King of Clutony. Oh, I want to read that so bad. And Now Back to You. I want to read that, but don't have it. I see one. I see one. I see a post from Emily McIntyre and she's sharing 2 limited editions for Crossed and then Hexed. And Hexed I still need to read, which is the last book in the Never After series by Emily McIntyre. And I've been wanting to read this since it is the last book in the series, and that would be amazing since I want to finish series. But so far, since it is quite thick, I haven't gotten around to it. But I'm kind of excited to read this. I'm not too bad about this. This series is a series of books of retellings, Disney retellings, not officially, but unofficially it is. And Hexed is the last book in the series, and it is a retelling of The Little Mermaid, Ariel. And this is actually written from Vanessa, which is Ursula. So I'm kind of excited about this. I feel like my TBR for this month is so random. But this is everything that I'm going to be reading. First of all, of course, Metal Slinger that I'm currently reading. And then The Women by Kristen Hanna. And then also Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julie Dow. Red Rising by Pierce Brown. Next of Kin by Hannah Bonham Young. Really excited about that one. Wicked Surf by Grace Riley. Also excited that I will be finishing this series. And then last but not least, Hexed by Emily McIntyre. And those are all the books that we picked for March. I'm excited to have another good reading month, but like I said, probably a little bit slower. But I am hoping to clear out my TBR even more and make some space, which I already have a bit of, but make some space for the books I'm gonna be buying in London in April. If you like this video, then please give me a big thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date with all of my upcoming videos. And with that being said, guys, that is it. That's everything for today. I hope to see you very soon in the next video. Bye guys. Doei doei!